If you got a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Pull out the dice while the GM resolves it. Stick around. Hiya, folks. Old Man Grognard here, and today I'm going to talk about something I've never talked about before in relation to role playing games. And it's not exactly the elephant in the room, but I haven't. I just haven't. What I'm talking about is dice. Yes, this is my dice bag. And I haven't talked about dice. I don't know why. Mainly because they're kind of ubiquitous. I think that's a word. And I never really thought about them because I'm not the kind of guy that goes for percentiles and odds and bell curves and all that kind of stuff. It's just that you use the dice to make the game run. Anyway, this is my normal dice bag. Crown Royal, of course, the official dice bag of the OSR. I don't need to tell you that. You know that. But lately, I don't want to carry around all that because it's kind of heavy. So I carry this. Actually, let me put the cover on and I'll show it to you. I carry this little Tupperware-ish thing. I don't know where I got it, but it's really handy. And it's got enough dice to get me into trouble as a player or have me run a game as a game master. Now, some people, let's go into the dice culture for a minute. Some people have a real superstition about dice, like they punish their dice if they roll bad, things like that. And I don't subscribe to that. Although, if I have a D20 that rolls 2 or 3 times consistently badly, I will put it aside and grab another one. That's why I have about 6 or 7 or 10 D20s in here. Same with D6s, because I've got enough in here to make good size, roll a good size game. And other people go for sets of dice. Me, I don't care. Sets of dice are nice. But I just go, and this bag here is filled with about 2.5 pounds of the Chessex pounded dice, and there is attrition because I do have grandchildren and things, and dice get lost and they want dice and, whatever. So I don't really worry about it. Also types of dice. Now, Chessex and Game Science and them, a lot of people swear by those. And because they like precision dice. These are precision dice. You notice it's not as fine as the normal ones, but the ones, they're really square, the square edges, because they give the, they roll the best, and they give the best odds or whatever. I don't care. Here's what I use. I use these kind of dice. I use the rounded edge dice. They roll fine. Sure, they may roll a little longer than the usual die, but, everybody's trying to get an edge, precision dice, when you have to, you have to make that save, you want precision dice. Dice are dice, as far as I'm concerned. Dice bags, like I said, I've got my old standby Crown Royal here. My aim is to fill this. And believe it or not, these kind of dice bags, I mean, it doesn't have to be a Crown Royal. If you want to use another booze bag, they've got other booze bags, but even other dice bags, the ones they make. These are surprisingly sturdy. For a felt bag, they are really sturdy. I think I had another one just like this. All it got at one time was a little tear right there. I took some super glue, filled it up, no problem. I kept going. I've got dice bags all around this place of these things, people save them for me and such. And sometimes at conventions, I give them out if I have enough. And lately I haven't. So dice bags can be fancy. They can be plain. I've had fancy ones. I've had plain ones. One of my favorite ones I used to have when I was dating a gal who was a witch. And we used to go to all the New Age Renaissance fairs at the convention center in San Jose and stuff. And I go to this one. I went to this one booth. They had all these bags with like, it had jewelry on the bottom, and so which is fine. And it was blue. I like blue, so I got it. And it had this. It was one of the drawstring bags, and it had a really long drawstring. I really used to love it because I could put it over my shoulder like this and carry my dice bag. It was kind of cool. I don't know what happened to that thing. And dice bags. Make sure they're sturdy. I've seen the cheap jack ones, and they're not all that great, But I bought a Mimic dice bag lately, which is really out of character for me because I like to buy things that are practical. And I didn't need a dice bag, but I bought it because it looked cool. That's not like me. I'm not one to impulse shop. But neither here nor there. As far as dice companies, we know the usual suspects, but I do want to plug one place that I really kind of not like. I haven't got anything from them yet, but all of my friends just rave about them, and it's called Wiz Dice. Wiz Dice sells different amounts of dice, but their real bargain is this bag of 100 dice. And here's kind of what it looks like on eBay, or not on Amazon. I'm sorry. They don't really have a website as far as I can tell, but they do all their like selling on Amazon and such. But this is 100 dice, and they're all sets of dice, if you like that kind of thing. They're not real fancy like some of the other ones, but they're good, solid dice. And a pound of dice from Chessex is going to run you about $30-35 for 1 pound of dice. These are $19.99, and it comes with that little black bag. I mean, it's not the greatest bag in the world, but hey, that's great. $20 and a bag? Can't beat that. I also like some specialty dice. Like I've got another smaller Crown Royal bag over there with odd-shaped dice. Not odd shape. Well, yeah, odd shape, but I mean odd size too, because I got like some of the really big ones. I used to have little teeny tiny D6s, which I don't have anymore. And I've got a few antique dice actually made out of some D6s made out of ivory that are like from the 1890s that I keep in there. And also my Dungeon Crawl Classics dice. Now, one time I went a little crazy and decided I want to try Dungeon Crawl Classics. I got the book and I got a set of dice. Well, I don't really care for that system, so I sold the book, but I kept the dice because they will come in handy eventually. You never know when you need a D7, Oh, and there's one type of die in here that I don't put it in my plastic thing, but I keep it in my main bag, and it breaks my rules. One, it's oversized, and two, it's not the usual suspects. It is the D30. Yes, we should do more with the D30, and there's a lot being done now. Thank you, Thank you, New Big Dragon Games and Richard LeBlanc. And also, more log for the D12. It used to be everybody says, what do you need D12 for except for deciding what time of day it is in your world? And I said, well, and there's all these people coming out with charts, And I also like specialty dice. I collect kind of specialty dice, like I have one from Red Kobold, and this one. Is this the one? No, that's not the one. I've got a couple of dice here that I got from the Gamma Trade Show that I hang on to. And it's branded with Gamma and all that kind of stuff. I like branded dice for some reason. Here's one I got a few cons ago, a few years ago in North Texas. This guy I found it in my goodie bag. This is the 6. It's a D6, but that's a 6. He was trying to get he's trying to get something of an RPGA type thing going, and he I don't know if he ever did it or not, but more power to him. I wish he would. He wanted to do it for like all systems. And also I bought these because I had a specific purpose for these. These are my arrow dice. And what it is, it's a bullseye with the 1 through 6 is the number of arrows on it. Now, I missed out. They had a stretch goal where I could get dagger dice, which would probably work better. See, I use these now for backstab dice because they're cool. If a thief wants to backstab, I give him a choice. I say, okay, you could do double damage, or you can roll this. And whatever rolls, that's the multiplier of the damage. You may roll a 1. You know, you take that chance. 1 out of 6, it'll come up 1. But if you want to take that chance, you know, it's there. And a lot most of the players go, yeah, gimme. But that's all I got for dice right now. And if you want to talk dice or anything else, it's my email, oldmangrognard@gmail.com. So until next time.